Hello, I'm Gary Goodworth, the webmaster of AnunseenWorld.com. Today we're going to talk about UFOs in the Bible. You ever wonder why you don't ever hear sermons about UFOs when you go to church on Sunday morning? Well, I would think the main reason for that is that the Bible does not say anything specifically about UFOs or aliens. So why are we seeing these objects in the sky? In the 1990s, when I was working at a textile plant, I would talk about Bible prophecy with my supervisor, and he was not a believer because I was saying that Jesus could return soon at any time, and he just didn't buy it. And he made the claim that if a UFO landed on our planet, it would destroy the church. And it got me to thinking, what entity would want to destroy the church, and how would the landing of a UFO do that? And that's what we're going to explore today. 42% of Americans believe in UFOs. 1 out of 10 Americans have seen one. I myself have seen one, but it was a long time ago when I was somewhere between 10 and 13 years old. I saw something that I could not explain hovering above our schoolhouse in a small town that I grew up in. And I watched it for a few minutes and just went in the house, but I didn't tell anybody about it because I didn't think anybody would believe me. Most physicists who look at this phenomena honestly, 90% of what people call UFOs are actually explainable by natural phenomena like the planet Venus or a satellite or drones even, which is possible in today's world. But 10% of the sightings are not explainable. In fact, those 10% of sightings, the objects do things that completely defy the law of physics. So they cannot be physical objects if they're defying the law of physics. That means they are somehow, some way spiritual in nature. Even though there are no Bible verses that say, beware the UFO who flies in the night sky, beware the gray-skinned, bug-eyed aliens. There's no such verse in the Bible. But there are verses that may help explain what's going on here. And let me go over some of those with you. The first one I want to discuss is Ephesians 6, verse 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." This is referring to the demonic world who have one goal, and that is to destroy mankind. There's another verse that says the devil roams about this world seeking to whom he may kill, steal, and destroy. Spiritual wickedness in high places. That means they may have control of the atmosphere. And they may have technology too. I mean, they're advanced beings, they're spiritual beings. And why can't they have technology? And where did our technology come from? Have you ever wondered why technology has advanced so much so fast within the last couple of 100 years? I'm 67 years old. When I was in high school, we didn't have video games. We didn't have microwaves. Computers are giant things that took up a whole room. I had typing in high school. That's helped me on the computer keyboard. But now we have smartphones, laptops, drones, video games, virtual reality, artificial intelligence. Why is all this technology coming on us so fast? And where is this technology coming from so quickly? It does make you wonder. And the onset of all these UFO sightings coincide with the rebirth of Israel and the advent of technology. And it seems like we're moving towards what the book of Revelation calls the mark of the beast, and I believe UFOs are connected to that. Let's go over another Bible verse. The Bible verse that I paraphrased a minute ago is from 1 Peter 5, verse 8. And it says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." In the book of Job tells us that for some reason Satan has access to God's throne in heaven, or at least some kind of limited access. But he's allowed to roam this planet seeking to whom he may devour. And I believe the UFO phenomena is part of a great deception into making people believe in something other than what the Bible teaches. In other words, getting people to believe in something that will not save their eternal soul. And that something that will save their eternal soul is the belief and trust in the sacrifice that Jesus Christ made on the cross to wash away our sins. And all we have to do to receive that gift of pardon is believe and trust in what Christ did on the cross and forever place our faith in that sacrifice, because that's what washes away our sins and that's what gives us access to heaven. Most of the world rejects that. So most of the world is subject to deception, and I believe the UFO phenomenon is an end times deception. Go over another verse. This is from 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 3 and 4. "But if our gospel be hid, the gospel that Jesus Christ died on the cross to wash away your sin and my sin, it is to hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world," that's what we refer to as the devil or Satan, that's the God of this world, "hath blinded the minds of them which do not believe or believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them." Satan is the God of this world. Satan was Lucifer at one point, and Lucifer is a very powerful being, but he is not God. But Lucifer probably knows about technology. Matter of fact, we may have gotten a lot of our technology from him and his dominions in order to lead us up to that time Revelation talks about, where we have the mark of the beast and the Antichrist system and that thing. I'm going to go over one more verse with you. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 8 through 12, we read, "And then shall that wicked, the Antichrist, be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him, the Antichrist, whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders." Lying wonders is the key phrase. I believe the UFO phenomena may be part of the end time lying wonders. "And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, those who reject Christ and his gift of pardon on the cross, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they might all be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness." So I believe this is the key verses. The verses I went over here are the key verses for what the UFO phenomenon may be all about. I believe it is an end time deception. There are a couple of good Bible teachers who goes into great detail about the UFO connection with the Bible. Those teachers are L.A. Marzulli and Billy Crone. I highly recommend that you get a hold of some of their work, because they spent years studying this phenomenon and exposing it for what it is. It's pretty much connected to the demonic world in an end time deception, that is pretty sure. I know L.A. Marzulli has said, when the church is called home, when the church goes up, the UFOs will come down and deceive all those left behind. And the UFO connection to the end time events called the tribulation and the rise of the Antichrist, UFOs seem to be connected to this event. So UFOs are not talked about specifically in the Bible, but the Bible does talk about Satan and deception and end time things, and I believe this is what the UFO phenomenon is. And it should be addressed in churches at some point, because we are living in the last days. There's not much time before Christ comes back. So pray that you're ready for it. Thank you for being with me today. My name is Gary Goodworth. I did make a page on UFOs in the Bible back in the 90s. I need to update that, and I'll do that soon. So thank you for watching, and you have a nice day, and may God bless.